The Type 45 destroyer, also known as the D or Daring class, is a class of guided missile destroyers built for the United Kingdom's Royal Navy. The class is primarily designed for anti-aircraft and anti-missile warfare and is built around the PAAMS air defense system utilizing the SAMPSON AESA and the S-1850M long-range radars. The first three destroyers were assembled by BAE Systems Surface Fleet Solutions from partially prefabricated blocks built at different shipyards. The remaining three were built by BAE Systems Surface Ships. The first ship in the Daring class, HMS Daring, was launched on February 1, 2006 and commissioned on July 23, 2009. The Type 45 destroyers were built to replace the Type 42 destroyers that had served during the Falklands War, with the last Type 42 being decommissioned in 2013. The National Audit Office reported that, during an intensive attack, a single Type 45 could simultaneously track, engage and destroy more targets than 5 Type 42 destroyers operating together. After the launch of Daring on February 1, 2006, Admiral Sir Alan West, a former First Sea Lord, stated that it would be the Royal Navy's most capable destroyer ever, as well as the world's best air defense ship. The reduction in the number to be procured from 12, then to 8 and eventually down to 6 was controversial. Development. The UK had sought to procure a new class air defence destroyers in collaboration with 7 other NATO nations under the NFR-90 project. The project later collapsed due to varying requirements of the different countries involved. The UK then joined France and Italy in the Horizon CNGF programme. However, differing national requirements, work-share arguments and delays led to the UK withdrawing on April 26, 1999 and starting its own national project. On November 23, 1999, Marconi Electronic Systems or MES was confirmed as prime contractor for the Type 45 project. 7 days later MES and British Aerospace merged to form BAE Systems, making the latter the prime contractor. The Type 45 project has been criticised for rising costs and delays, with the ships costing £6.46 billion, an increase of £1.5 billion on the original budget. The first ship entered service in 2010, rather than 2007 as initially planned. In 2007, the Defence Select Committee expressed its disappointment that the MOD and BAE had failed to control rising costs. Construction. The Type 45 destroyers take advantage of some Horizon development work and utilize the Sea Viper air defense system and the SAMPSON radar. The ships are built by BAE Systems Surface Ships, originally created as BVT Surface Fleet by the merger of the surface shipbuilding arms of BAE Systems and VT Group. These two companies previously built the ships in collaboration. BAE's 2 Glasgow shipyards and single Portsmouth shipyard are responsible for different blocks. BAE's Govan Yard is responsible for Block A. The Scotstoun Yard builds Blocks B, C and Block D. BAE's Portsmouth shipyard is responsible for Blocks E, F and the funnels and masts. For ships 2 to 6, Blocks A, D are assembled in the ship's block and outfit hall of the Govan shipyard, and taken fully outfitted to the Scotstoun berth. The masts and funnels are also fitted before launch. For the first of class, Block A was assembled at Govan and moved to Scotstoun, where it was mated to Block BC, which was already fitted with the WR-21 turbines and machinery. Block D, also assembled at Scotstoun, was fitted to these 3 blocks. The bow sections were mated at Portsmouth and taken by barge to Scotstoun. These were the final blocks to be attached. At this point the hull was launched into the Clyde and towed to the Scotstoun dry dock where the masts and funnels were fitted. Once this is complete, the remaining equipment is fitted: radar arrays, bow-mounted sonar, propellers, missile equipment and 4.5-inch gun. This modular construction arrangement was agreed in February 2002. However, when the original contract for 3 ships was signed in July 2000, BAE Systems Marine was to build the first and third ships, and Vosper Thornycroft was to build the second. By the end of 2010, all 6 Type 45 destroyers had been launched, with the first 2 in commission and the remainder fitting out. In 2012, with all destroyers structurally complete and production lines closed, HMS Duncan, the last of the Type 45 destroyers, was commissioned at Portsmouth Naval Base on 26 September, 2013, and is expected to enter service in 2014 after the current period of trials and training for ship's crew is concluded. The Daring class are the largest escorts ever built for the Royal Navy in terms of displacement. In 2009, delivery of the ship's Aster missiles was delayed due to a failure during testing. A subsequent investigation revealed a manufacturing fault with a single batch of missiles, and delivery of the Aster 30 is back on schedule. Characteristics: the Type 45 destroyers are 152.4 am in length, with a beam of 21.2 am and a draft of 7.4 am. This makes them significantly larger than the Type 42 they replace, displacing approximately 8,500 tons compared to 5,200 tons of the Type 42. The Type 45 destroyers are the first British warships built to meet the Lloyd's Register's naval ship rules for hull structure, requiring design approval by Lloyd's Register for the principal structural arrangements of the vessel. BAE Systems is the design authority for the Type 45, a role traditionally held by UK Ministry of Defence. The design of the Type 45 brings new levels of radar signature reduction to the Royal Navy. Deck equipment and life rafts are concealed behind the ship's superstructure panels, producing a very clean superstructure somewhat similar to the French Lafayette-class frigates. The mast is also sparingly equipped externally. Speculation by the press suggests that this design gives the ship the radar signature of a small fishing boat. The Daring class is notable for being the first Royal Navy vessels to include gender-neutral living spaces to accommodate male and female crew members. Communal shower and heads facilities have given way to individual cubicles, and six-person berths for junior ratings are far more flexible in accommodating a mixture of male and female sailors. Men and women will continue to sleep in separate spaces, in common with most other navies. Propulsion. The Type 45 is fitted with an innovative integrated electric propulsion system. Historically, electric drive ships have supplied power to their electric motors using DC, and ships' electrical load, where necessary at all, was either separately supplied or was supplied as DC with a large range of acceptable voltage. Integrated electric propulsion seeks to supply all propulsion and ship's electrical load via AC at a high quality of voltage and frequency. This is achieved by computerized control, high-quality transformation and electrical filtering. Two Rolls-Royce WR-21 gas turbine alternators and two WAC currency RTSILA-12 currency V200 diesel generators provide electrical power at 4,160 volts to a high-voltage system. The high-voltage supply is then used to provide power to two Converteam advanced induction motors with outputs of 20 MW each. Ship services, including hotel load and weapons system power supplies, are supplied via transformers from the high-voltage supply at 440V and 115V. The benefits of integrated electric propulsion are cited as, the ability to place the electric motors closer to the propeller, thus shortening the shaft line, obviating the need for a gearbox or controllable pitch propellers, and reducing exposure to action damage. The opportunity to place prime movers at convenient locations away from the shaft line, thus reducing the space lost to funnels, while at the same time improving access for maintenance and engine changes. The freedom to run all propulsion and ship services from a single prime mover for much of the ship's life, thus dramatically reducing engine running hours and emissions. Key to the efficient use of a single prime mover is the choice of a gas turbine that provides efficiency over a large load range. The WR-21 gas turbine incorporates compressor intercooling and exhaust heat recovery, making it significantly more efficient than previous marine gas turbines, especially at low and medium load. The combination of greater efficiency and high fuel capacity give an endurance of 7,000 nautical miles at 18 knots. High power density and the hydrodynamic efficiency of a longer hull form allow high speeds to be sustained. It has been reported that Daring reached her design speed of 29 knots in 70 seconds and achieved a speed of 31.5 knots in 120 seconds during sea trials in August 2007. Advanced Air Defense. The Type 45 destroyers are primarily designed for anti-air warfare with the capability to defend against sophisticated targets such as fighter aircraft, drones as well as highly maneuverable sea-skimming anti-ship missiles traveling at supersonic speeds. The Royal Navy describes the destroyer's mission as being to shield the fleet from air attack. The Type 45 destroyer is equipped with the sophisticated Sea Viper air defense system utilizing the SAMPSON active electronically scan array multifunction radar and the S-1850M long-range radar. The PAAMS system is able to track over 2,000 targets and simultaneously control and coordinate multiple missiles in the air at once, allowing a large number of tracks to be intercepted and destroyed at any given time. This makes the PAAMS system particularly difficult to swamp during a saturation attack, even against supersonic targets. The US NWC has suggested that the SAMPSON radar is capable of tracking 1,000 objects the size of a cricket ball traveling at 3 times the speed of sound, emphasizing the system's capabilities against high-performance stealth targets. A core component of the PAAMS air defense system is the Aster Missile, composing of the Aster 15 and Aster 30. MBDA describe Aster as a hit-to-kill anti-missile missile capable of intercepting all types of high-performance air threats at a maximum range of 120 km. The Aster missile is autonomously guided and equipped with an active RF seeker enabling it to cope with saturated attacks thanks to a multiple engagement capability, and a high rate of fire. Presently the Daring-class destroyers are equipped with a 48-cell A50 Silver vertical launching system allowing for a mix of up to 48 Aster 15 and 30 missiles. However, the Type 45 destroyer was designed to accommodate a total of 64 cells, while some reports suggest a total of 72 cells. In addition to its anti-air warfare role, PAAMS offers additional ballistic missile defense capabilities. In March 2013 the United States Naval Institute reported that the Royal Navy along with the United States Missile Defense Agency will explore the potential of the Daring class providing ballistic missile defense in Europe along with United States Navy Aegis-equipped destroyers. In May 2014, it was reported by IHS Janes that the United Kingdom is committing more funds to explore the capabilities of the SAMPSON multifunction radar and the Type 45 destroyer in a ballistic missile defense role. This followed a successful live-firing event hundreds of miles north of Kwajalein Atoll in the western Pacific Ocean, where Daring demonstrated the ability to detect it at the earliest opportunity, and track through to intercept 2 medium-range ballistic missiles. BAE Systems reportedly told IHS Janes that the SAMPSON multifunction radar exceeded expectations in all respects. An experiment concurrency and queuing event for the Type 45 is planned for late 2015. Because of the step change in capabilities delivered by the Type 45 destroyers, the exceptionally high price per ship, and the large amount of public attention they have attracted, it is notable that numerous defense analysts and correspondents commonly refer to the Daring class as being the most advanced, or most powerful air defense destroyers in the world. Likewise, the ship's builders BAE Systems claim. Able to detect and track hundreds of targets simultaneously, the Type 45 destroyer is recognized as the most advanced anti-air warfare vessel in the world. Nick Brown, the editor-in-chief of Genea Euro-unregistered trademark S International Defense Review, was quoted by the Huffington Post saying, "ETA Euro-unregistered trademark S, Type 45 destroyer certainly one of the most advanced air defense ships in the world." The US Aegis system is similar, but Sea Viper is more advanced. Weapons, countermeasures, capabilities and sensors. Anti-air warfare, the Sea Viper air defense system, SAMPSON active electronically scan array multifunction air tracking radar, capable of tracking hundreds of targets. S-1850M 3D long-range air surveillance radar, capable of tracking up to 1,000 targets. A 48-cell A50 Silver vertical launching system for a mix of up to 48 Aster 15 missiles. Aster 30 Block 0 missiles. The Type 45 does not have a formal theater ballistic missile defense capability, but its potential for such a role is being assessed. land-based Aster 30 Block 1 missiles have intercepted short-range ballistic missiles, and trials of a land-based SAMPSON modified for BMD were planned for early 2012. It is said that the first ship, HMS Daring, is engaged in ballistic defense trials with the U.S. Missile Defense Agency and as part of a major research and development program. Guns: 1 A, BAE Systems 4.5 inches Mark 8 Mod 1 naval gun. As of November 2011, the Mk8 Mod 1 is scheduled to remain in service until the 2030s, with a Mod 2 upgrade along the way to address obsolescence. The limitations of the 4.5 inches gun mean it is likely that the Type 45 will receive a new gun before then, the same medium-caliber gun system that is being procured to meet the maritime indirect fire system requirement of the new global combat ship. The MCGS will almost certainly be either the Otobreeder 127/64LW or the BAE Mk45 Mod 4 5 inches/62. A tender for the Type 26 guns was issued in November 2012. 2 A Oerlikon 30 guns on single DS-30B mounts. 2 A Phalanx 20mm caliber close-in weapons systems. 2 A 7.62 A miniguns, up to 6 A general-purpose machine guns. Aviation: the flight deck of the Type 45 is large enough to accommodate aircraft up to the size of a Chinook helicopter. It has hangar space for either one AW101 Merlin or two Westland Lynx helicopters. Both types have a dipping sonar, sonarbuoys and radar. The Merlin carries 4 anti-submarine Stingray torpedoes, whilst the smaller Lynx HMA-8 carries either 2 Stingray or 4 Sea Skua anti-ship missiles. From 2015, the Lynx will be replaced in AN service by the AW159 Wildcat, whose weapons will include the lightweight multi-role missile and FASGW-H missile. Anti-ship, submarine and land attack: it was revealed through a FOIA request in August 2013 that 4 of the 6 Type 45 destroyers would receive Harpoon launchers recycled from the last 4 decommissioned Type 22 frigates. HMS Duncan will be the first to acquire the Harpoons and is in process of having them fitted. The Type 45 has a bow-mounted medium-frequency Ultra-EDOMFS 7000 sonar, but its main anti-submarine weapon is its helicopter, S. As of August 2013, there are no plans to fit anti-submarine torpedo tubes. The 4.5 inches Mark 8 Mod 1 naval gun has an anti-ship and naval gunfire support role. Countermeasures: the SIAGNAT decoy system allows for the seduction and distraction of radar-guided weapons, through active and passive means. An infrared spoofing device is planned for future retrofits. Airborne Systems is Naval Decoy IDS-300 Floating Naval Decoy System. Surface Ship Torpedo Defense System Active Torpedo Decoy System. Communications and Other Systems, Fully Integrated Communications System, a combined external and internal communications system supplied by Thales and SELEX Communications Limited. In 2012, the UAT Mod 2.0 digital radar electronic surveillance system was fitted to Daring and Diamond as part of a £40 million contract with Thales UK that will see UAT Mod 2.1 fitted to the other Type 45s. METOC Meteorology and Oceanography. The METOC system by BAE Systems comprises the upper air sounding system using launchable radiosondes by Air Defence Systems Limited and GROL Radiosondes joint venture, as well as a comprehensive weather satellite receiving system and a bathymetric system. These sensors provide each vessel with a full environmental awareness for tasks such as radar propagation, ballistics and general self-supporting meteorological and oceanographic data production. Additional capabilities: Type 45 has sufficient space to embark 60 Royal Marines and their equipment. The Type 45 destroyers are designed with the configuration and capacity to be tasked in a flagship role. Provision for but not fitted with. There is provision for another 12 strike-length VLS tubes forward of the existing VLS. These could be Mk41 tubes for Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles and LRASM, or Silver A-70 for the MDCN derivative of Storm Shadow. Ships in the class. 6 ships have been ordered, and transfer of custody of the first happened on December 10, 2008. The MOD's initial planning assumption was to procure 12 ships, with the size of the second batch to be determined between 2005 and 2010. However, this was reduced to 8 ships in the 2003 Defense White Paper entitled Delivering Security in a Changing World, Future Capabilities. It was reported in December 2006 that the last 2 could be cut. In July 2007, Ministry of Defense officials stated that they still plan to build 8 Type 45 destroyers, and that the extra 2 ships were still included in planning assumptions. This plan was officially abandoned on June 19, 2008 when the Minister for the Armed Forces, Bob Ainsworth, announced in Parliament that options for the 7th and 8th destroyers would not be taken up. The continual scaling back of the project, first from 12 to 8, and subsequently to 6 ships, has been criticised for leaving the Royal Navy with insufficient ships to meet its requirements. On March 9, 2007, The Independent reported that Saudi Arabia was considering buying 2 or 3 Type 45s. On September 7, 2007 it was reported that Saudi Arabian officials had been invited to observe Daring's sea trials. The entire class is based at HMNB Portsmouth. See also, Future of the Royal Navy, Queen Elizabeth-class carrier, Global Combat Ship, new warship program intended to replace the Royal Navy's Type 23 frigates. UXV Combatant, a concept warship based on the Type 45 hull. Horizon-class frigate, the Franco-Italian equivalent of the Type 45 destroyer. Footnotes. References. External links, Official Royal Navy Type 45 page, HMS Defender Type 45 class destroyer, Type 45 Daring class anti-air warfare destroyer on navirecognition.com.